20 times your cat said, "I love you" without a meow. In today's video, we'll explore the overlooked, quiet signs of feline affection. The times your cat has told you they adore you without ever making a sound. By the end, you might realize you've been loved far more than you knew. And trust me, number 1 is a love language you'll never see the same way again. 20. They pause their grooming when you walk in. Cats take their grooming seriously. It's their spa day, their hygiene ritual, their moment of zen. But when your cat suddenly stops mid-lick and fixes their eyes on you, it's not just a pause. It's them choosing you over themselves. For a creature so self-focused in its grooming habits, cutting it short to acknowledge you is a silent declaration. You matter more. That's love without a sound, written in stillness. 19. They align their breathing with yours. You've probably felt it without realizing. That subtle moment when your cat is curled against you and their breathing rhythm matches your own. It's an unconscious synchronization, almost like they're tuning into your presence on a deeper level. This act of mirroring signals trust, safety, and a bond that transcends words. It's as if their body is whispering, "We are one heartbeat together." 18. They circle you before lying down. It looks like aimless pacing, but in feline affection, the circle is a ritual. When your cat loops around you once or twice before settling near your feet, it's their way of wrapping an invisible ribbon around you. In their silent choreography, the circle seals the space between you as belonging to them, and them to you. No meow needed, just a soft, wordless claim of love. 17. They drape a paw across you when they sleep. It's not the same as simply lying near you. A paw stretched across your arm, chest, or leg is a quiet anchor. Cats are territorial, and this tiny gesture is their way of tethering themselves to the one they trust most. It's their nonverbal, "Don't go too far, I need you close." You may think it's random, but to them, it's pure affection in its gentlest form. 16. They escort you from room to room. This isn't just following, it's a silent guard of honor. When your cat rises and accompanies you, even if they were perfectly comfortable where they were, they're saying, "Where you go, I go." Cats don't waste energy without reason. Their willingness to shadow your footsteps is their hushed version of devotion, a quiet promise that your presence is more important than their nap. 15. They pause mid-play to check your reaction. When the toy is flying or the chase is on, cats are locked into instinct. Yet some cats stop suddenly, glance back at you, then resume. That glance is significant. It's them asking, "Are you watching me? Do you see me?" It's the feline equivalent of a child on the playground yelling, "Look at me, Mom!" They may not meow, but that glance is packed with affection. They don't just want to play, they want to play with you. 14. They return to the same sleeping spot you once shared. Even when you're not there, the memory of your warmth lingers. Cats that revisit your chair, your pillow, or the folded blanket you once occupied are quietly reliving the closeness you offered. They seek it out, not just for comfort, but because it's scented with love. 13. They forget to finish their hunt. Indoor cats still pounce, stalk, and ambush toys or shadows. But have you ever noticed your cat catch something, then suddenly lose interest and wander back to you? That break in instinct is a gift. For a predator to abandon the thrill of the hunt, they must value your company more than the game. That quiet pivot from prey to person is their unspoken way of placing you above instinct itself. 12. They reveal their whisker fatigue. Whiskers are sensitive instruments, finely tuned for survival. Cats guard them carefully. But sometimes you'll notice your cat resting with whiskers pressed awkwardly against your hand, arm, or even furniture near you. That willingness to dull their natural sensors, simply to stay close, is silent vulnerability. It's them saying, being beside you is worth a little discomfort. And that's love, delivered without a sound. 11. They refuse the perfect spot to sit with you. Every cat has their favorite perch. The sunny window, the softest cushion, the high vantage point. Yet how often do they leave those dream spots just to wedge themselves beside you on the couch? Even if it's cramped or lumpy, their choice of lesser comfort is deliberate. It's their way of telling you, the perfect place is wherever you are. No words, no meows, just presence. 10. They linger at the door after you leave. You may not see it, but if you return unexpectedly after stepping outside, you might catch your cat hovering near the door, ears tuned, waiting. That lingering is not boredom, it's a silent vigil. In their stillness, they're expressing attachment so deep it keeps them rooted, watching for your return. 9. They interrupt their stretch to greet you. Stretching is sacred to cats. They savor every elongated pose, every arched spine. But when a cat halts a stretch mid-arch just to glance at you or walk your way, that's affection disguised as a disruption. You became more important than their comfort, more magnetic than their own rhythm. They didn't meow, they didn't purr, but in that interrupted motion, they whispered, You outrank everything else. 8. They gift you silence during their alert phase. Cats are most watchful in certain cycles of the day. If, during these moments of heightened alertness, your cat lies beside you quietly instead of pacing windowsills or scanning the room, they're showing restraint out of love. They are wired to patrol, yet they choose stillness near you instead. 7. They create barriers that include you. Cats often position themselves strategically, between the door and the room, or between you and a perceived sound. It looks casual, but it's tactical. Their body becomes a barrier, shielding you as part of their protective instinct. They don't vocalize it, but their stance says, if something enters, it meets me before it reaches you. That quiet watchfulness is love in its most primal, unspoken form. 6. They match your routine without being asked. You didn't train them to rise when you rise, or linger nearby when you cook, or hover at your bedtime. Yet somehow, their daily rhythms have aligned with yours. This syncing is not coincidence. It's quiet devotion. Your schedule became their comfort, your habits their background music. No meow announces it, but the mirroring says clearly, I choose your life as my rhythm. 5. They adjust their tail language around you. Cats communicate endlessly with their tails, signals of fear, curiosity, alertness. But there's a small, often unnoticed variation. The tail that normally flicks or stiffens softens near you, lowering or curving more gently. This subtle modulation is their wordless declaration. With you, I don't need to posture. With you, I can soften. It's one of the most understated ways they tell you they love you. 4. They allow their ears to rest around you. Feline ears are radars, constantly pivoting and scanning for danger. But when a cat sits with you and lets their ears stay relaxed, sometimes even folding slightly outward, they're suspending vigilance. They're offering you silence instead of surveillance. Without a sound, they're telling you, your presence is the safest sound I know. 3. They misplace their toy near you. Not in the way of proudly dropping a caught mouse or ball at your feet. That's well documented. This is subtler. A toy left in your shoe, tucked beside your chair, or abandoned where you'll discover it isn't a mistake. It's a soft breadcrumb trail of love. By leaving their object where you'll find it, they silently weave their world into yours. 2. They show restraint with their claws. A cat can slice with precision, but when they grab your hand in play, and you feel only the ghost of a claw, that's not weakness. It's control. It's them choosing gentleness where nature gave them weapons. They don't vocalize affection, but in their muted claws lies their loudest confession. I love you too much to risk hurting you. 1. They exhale near your face. It's not a sneeze, not a meow, not even a purr. Just a simple exhale, often when they're close enough for you to feel the warmth on your cheek or neck. Cats rarely share breath. They guard it as carefully as their space. But when they sigh against you, it's a release reserved only for trust. That quiet breath carries more weight than words ever could. It is their voiceless, vulnerable, I love you. And there you have it. Those were the times your cat told you they love you. Curious for more insights? Discover the loving habits they mirror from you, or learn about the emotional triggers that scare them. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.